I think she's about 8 months. Man, she's gonna get all muddy again. Good morning, welcome back to Falls Hillside Home. Today is February 17th. It is my birthday, 42 today. And I'm gonna spend a few hours with the kids later when they get out of school. But in the meantime, I wanna come up here and work on the cabin a little bit. We don't have too much left to get it dried in. The siding, I still need a little bit of insulation on the ceiling. And then, I don't know if you can see that, we gotta take the plastic off, but there's a little bit more siding that needs to go up there at the top. So I'm gonna try to get that done, but you've already seen me work on the siding. Not a big deal there. But what I'm gonna show you today, because it is cold, it is freezing. So let me show you this real quick. Look at the bottom of these piers. It's iced over. Yeah, I probably want to fill that with gravel too. Maybe try to keep some of the water out of there. But yep, it's frozen. I've been catching some rainwater here using 5-gallon buckets. Of course, all that's frozen too. Thank goodness I haven't got everything set up to where the valves, you know, would have to be open and lose all the rainwater and everything like that. But what we're gonna work on today is the Alpine Camp Chef wood stove. That's gonna be my primary source of heat inside the cabin. So I'm gonna get that put together, show you a little bit about that. You get to see it straight out of the box. But in the meantime, there is Paris, the hillside dog. She loves running around on the hillside. You know, a lot of y'all ask questions about you know, what kind of dog is she? She is a full-blooded German Shepherd, but she's so blonde, she does look like she has lab in her. But here, hopefully for too long, I'm gonna do a video with her sister, which my brother has. He's on his way up here today, but he's not bringing their dog Baby, but you can tell she's a full-blooded German Shepherd, and those two are sisters. So I'm going to show you that. I don't know, she's not registered or anything, so I have no papers, but I am told she's full-blooded German Shepherd. But you make your determination of what you decide she is. That's cool with me. She definitely looks like she has some lab in her, but the important thing is she's a beautiful dog, sweetheart of a dog. I'm not sure she's going to make a good farm dog. She might just be a cabin dog. But we'll see how it goes. I have you know, left her outside in the fenced-in area. She does fine with it. But I'm not sure how she'll do with protecting chickens, goats, you know, critters of that nature. This because she's such a sweetheart. But we'll see. All right, let's get working on the stove. All right, right out of the box here, let's see what we got. Moving the box around is definitely heavy. Oh, make sure you can see me there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna cut down this box. Try not to scratch the stove up. This thing's pretty heavy. And I'm getting older. 42 today. Some of y'all probably laughing at me and saying, 42 ain't old. I'm, you know, 50, 60 something. Y'all are young too. I try to stay with the young mentality anyway. And smile a lot. Smile a lot keeps me looking younger than I really am. All right, show you what we got here. I'm gonna break this down. Let's just see if I can. So you can see what we have. Turn this around. Oh, now I got some soft padding for my knees here. This gravel butt. So let's see if you can see that. I'm gonna have to adjust this. Thanks for bearing with me here. Dustin's coming up onto the hillside. All right, just in time for the unboxing. So everything comes inside the box. Play a little grill for the wood to, or yeah, maybe for the wood to sit on inside. So a piece that will go on the outside here. It's pretty cool. It comes with its own pipe. This is for actual canvas tin, I believe. I'm not going to use this. I've got actual black stove pipe. It's used with this grill, or I'm sorry, with this stove. I'll set that in, just get it out of the way, keep it off the ground. Oh, I've got the damper, but I did buy another 6-inch damper. I think that one's a smaller one, the 6-inch damper for the 6-inch pipe that I bought. I think this is narrower, this pipe here, and it gets narrower the further it goes up. Oh, hardware cloth. And that is it, you got the legs here. So me and Dustin are going to put this together real quick, and then we're going to fire it up and burn all the newness off of it. You want to do that before you put it in your cabin or in your home or whatever. Now this is not rated for a house, I guess EPA, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not building a house, I'm building a cabin. It's not a high-end house, just a cabin for me to live in, something very small. And this right here is going to do fine. All right, go ahead.
All right, so we flipped the stove over, we're getting ready to put the legs on, and I just noticed that this side has a hole in each one of these. This side does not. So now, in order to get these to go in right, we're gonna have to drill holes here and here, and then we can put the legs on.
So Alpine, that's strike one. It happens, it's all good. That's why we're manly men. We like to use tools. Nothing against the women that use tools. You gals are awesome. Love you. But we're going to enjoy being manly men. We're going to break out the tools and fix things because that's what we do.
That one's just a little... Well, if the paint wasn't in there, it might be all right. Let me go see if I can find one just a little smaller.
So what we're going to do now is find a drill bit. That's about the size of the hole. And then we need to just put it in the drill, knock those 2 holes out real quick, and we'll have this thing set up in no time. Looks very simple. Still haven't figured out what the hardware cloth is for. When it's folded up, it did look like it was about the size of the door, maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm still not too sure what that's about. I didn't see it in the instruction book, but let's keep looking. Okay, so looking at this, that mesh is the hardware cloth. It's a wire mesh spark arrestor, and it looks like it might go up at the top of the pipe and keep sparks from coming out, I suppose. But we're not going to need that, I don't reckon, because we're going to put this in the cabin, and we actually have a rain cap that's going to go over that, and it will actually be that pipe will be outside the cabin. So I'm not sure that we need to use that, but if any of y'all think that that's wrong or whatever, think I need to use that some other way, please let me know. This is my first wood stove. So any help we can get. Now I'm going to post that on some of the Facebook pages because y'all have some good ideas. I appreciate y'all.
Because it's going to try to ride out. I'm kind of just trying to eyeball it here. Alright, so what Dustin's done, he drilled a smaller hole than what's needed.
but that's just to get the hole started, and he's going to use the larger drill bit. It'd be better if we had a center punch. We could center punch that hole and mark it first, and it's a lot easier to get that hole started. What you want to be careful of is that drill bit riding around on that metal. You want to get that hole right in there. So Dustin's pretty good at using a drill doing this. He's actually got a lot of experience metal working. He's done that in the Navy. So yeah, I'm turning that one over to him. He's better at handling that drill bit. So now we got the first hole in each of those legs that need a hole, and now he's going to change the bit, drill those bigger holes, and we'll have this thing set in no time. Very easy.
If I can get my fingers to work right.
It's too cold for comfort out here, ain't it? But like I said, we're manly men.
I think that will work. That boy ain't too bad.
Nope. It's an easy fix. Those are the holes that Dustin just drilled, so I'm very happy with that. So we'll put the other two legs on. We're going to flip this thing up and get a fire going. All right, so since we're using 6-inch pipe, I had to buy the 6-inch damper. This is the 5-inch damper that comes with the stove, but since we're using this for a cabin and not a tent, I got to use the larger stove pipe and go with that large damper. So Dustin's going to show us how to drill that hole into the pipe and install the damper. And then we also figured out what that wire mesh is for and where it goes. It is actually in the instructions. I missed it first time I read through them, but once we get the damper in, this will go over the first section of the stove, and that'll keep the sparks from rising up any further. So we'll have to figure out exactly how that goes in there. Maybe we need to take some snips and cut it, or I don't know, maybe fold it. We'll get it figured out. That's why I got Dustin, the Navy metal worker. Called machinery repairman, right? MR.
Yes.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna watch Dustin struggle to figure out how to get that rod off.
Get a bigger hammer.
We'll figure out.
We need to have this.
Let's see. In that book, it has it pretty high up on that first section.
It's gonna go this way, right? Or does it go this way?
Let's take a look at it. We're gonna look at the instructions again. Be right back.
Somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think that would look good. Well, I think it'd function good. I think that's about where it needs to be.
Ooh, gotta go the right way.
Now you can put that pin in it and see if that's the right size. You're gonna go, yeah, that's perfect, man.
It'll work.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna do something a little funky right here.
Time to go to Funky Town.
Because it's gonna be hard to figure out exactly where it needs to be on this side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little weird. We go ahead and put this in.
The reason he's putting that damper in right now, along with the rod, I'm talking about the round cast iron part of the damper, he's putting that in because that's going to help line up exactly where that hole needs to go. So when he pushes it in, that little rod has a point on it, and he'll be able to mark a little dent in that pipe, and that'll tell him where to place that bit when he drills the hole.
So I think that will work.
So, and that's how you go to Funky Town. right.
Got a little dimple right there.
Yep.
Find my dimple, try to stay on it, and drill. Come on.
Oh, Harris come to help. There we go.
That'll do, pig, that'll do. Now we can actually put it together.
Just gotta line it up. Line it up, baby. Line it up. There we go. I'm starting to see a little action right there through the hole. Almost.
Come on.
There it is. Now you can see the point sticking out there where you lined it up. Let's take a look inside when you... There we go. Now, you close it like that if you want the fire to burn longer and slower, and turn it the other way, allow more air in if you want to burn it, I guess, quicker. I can't really speak too much on that. I don't have any experience with dampers or wood stoves, but there we go. That's what they say. That's what that's for. So, you know, we're going to document that too as we use it. We got to figure out how to get that big pipe onto the stove now. So we have a 5-inch, 6-inch connection piece. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but Dustin's going to take a pair of snips.
Because it don't go.
Because it don't go. So what we're going to do is just cut a small hole in there, or not cut a small hole, a small line, just to allow us to kind of press it together. And I think it's going to be enough pressure pushing out where it's, you know, you won't see any smoke escape. But we are going to fire this thing up here in a minute and see how good it actually works. Because we got to burn all the new paint off. You don't want to put that in your cabin and get your cabin smelling like whatever it smells like when you first start a wood stove. All right.
Okay, so part of the reason we're trying to modify this instead of modifying this so that this will fit is because this is a lot cheaper than this. So if we screw this up, it's only a few dollars. We screw this up, it's, I don't know how much he paid for it, but it's bad juju.
I think after Dave Ripple used this in his video and like millions of people saw it, they all went out and bought it, and it was hard to find, very hard to find it, and the price went up to about $250. I think it was like $170 when I first saw it. Yeah, it went up to $250. But you know what? I would really like this stove when he played it in his video, or when he included it. I thought it was really cool. And then his wife Brooke actually cooked a steak. She had to put it inside the stove. That was kind of cool. Put the whole cast iron skillet in there. Yeah, so then we're gonna have to cut just a little bit. We just want to take a little at a time. We don't want to cut all the way up. So that's why Dustin's just gonna do a little bit at a time, then recrimp it and everything like that. We don't want to get in too much of a hurry because we want to get this right. We don't want to take too much off there and smoke escape. So when it comes to wood stoves, you want a man with a slow hand. You want a Dustin with an easy touch. Miss you, Conway.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, not sure she's gonna make a good farm dog. But she loves it on the hillside.
But she's still just a puppy, too.
Yep.
She'll be in that stage until probably about 2 years old.
I think she's about 8 months. Man, she's gonna get all muddy again.
Are we fine?
So we got it in there. We just want to make sure we can get it as tight as possible so no smoke escapes. And one thing we ran into is down here is kind of bunching up a little bit. If you can see that. Can you point at it, Dustin?
Right here.
See it? Yeah. So it's bunching up a little bit. We just got to figure out how to get that to go in. But like I said, we're just going to take it slow. Figure it out. We do have a lot of other work we want to get done today, but this is something we need to get right. All right, so we kind of figured this out. We watched another YouTuber just a few minutes ago. Do you remember his name?
I do not.
We'll try to get that information, maybe put it in the description of the video. But anyway, what he did, well, let me tell you what we found about this. This is supposed to go on the top of the pipe. So again, we used black 6-inch pipe that I picked up from the store. So the way it's supposed to use with the one that comes with the stove, so it just simply goes over the top. That's kind of figured out, and it keeps sparks, you know, from going out, and it can keep critters from getting into your stovepipe as well when your stove's not on. But something like what we saw in the other YouTube video is he takes a piece of mesh like this and makes a, he doesn't use a rain cap. Well, I think it's a type of rain cap. It looked more like a piece of pipe, but it just, you have a section of pipe, mesh, and another section of pipe it looked like with a cap on the top of it. They look pretty cool. So what me and Dustin are going to do, we're going to take our 10 snips, snip this portion off so we can make it workable. We're going to stick it in this rain cap, and so the mesh will actually, you can be able to see it there. And if they're outside the cabin, I guess there's a complaint of these things getting clogged up. You'll be able to see from outside the cabin if it gets clogged up or not, and take it down, clean it or whatever. But yeah, we'll show you that in this video as well.
You need some small pieces to start?
Yeah, probably. We got this here, it's gonna go.
Well, you need some small pieces of wood too. I've got some.
You got some with you?
Always.
We can use that, and also got some scraps too.
I'll just have to refill it when I get home.
You want to grab it real quick?
You want the camera?
Yep.
It's part of my kit, homie.
You want to get that on camera? Your ready bag? So Dustin's very excited to help us out with little small pieces of wood, because everything that I have, we're much red out here. I didn't really put anything away for this. But he's got little.
All right, so a lot of people call this fat wood. I bought it. You can buy boxes of it at Walmart. I usually wait until they go on clearance around springtime, because you can get them a lot cheaper. But if you can't, or if you don't want to buy this, you can actually go out, and Jason has a bunch of laid down cedar trees, and you can find those, the dead cedar trees, and all the sap will drain out to the bottom and will build up at the bottom of the tree, and you get basically the same thing, but you can go out and work for it and get it for free. All it costs is your work.
I kind of like that even better. All right, let's watch Dustin start the fire.
Where's your little hatchet? I hate doing this.
Dustin got that little tomahawk for me for Christmas or something one year. Christmas or my birthday? I think it was Christmas.
Probably. Because they usually came out around Christmas time.
That was my battle tomahawk. I'll try to get away with taking that on deployment. Never had to use it, thank goodness. Well, not for bad guys anyway.
Okay, so you got a lighter? We got a lighter.
Right there on the chair. I would use like little these little paper strips that came with the stove for starter. I don't know if they intended it for that or if it was supposed to be padding or something. Yeah, but it certainly works.
If it works, it works. And that's all we're worried about.
And apparently some of your box stoves, like Voltsang, you know, according to Dave Whipple, he said he's had those and never got rid of the smell the whole time he had the that wood stove. So it's another reason why I wanted to go with the Alpine. It's a little bit bigger than some of the other stoves I've seen. I think it's going to heat up the cabin really nice. You can feel that heat coming out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. See the smoke coming out.
That's so cool.
So we've got some ashes coming out up here also, which is what the spark arrestor is going to be for. That'll help catch all that and
yeah,
keep it from going out and setting these pretty woods on fire. And keep the critters out of it when it's not in use.
Yeah. It just looks pretty too with that smoke coming out.
I think we need to shut this up. We might let it.
Yeah. We'll throw another, I think we can throw another piece of wood in there real quick. I think it's time for it and it'll be, this needs to be going pretty good.
I don't know how to feed these things.
That's fine, just like that. Yeah. All right, let me get just a couple seconds of video there, quietly.
Sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll open that up and hopefully it'll keep on flowing.
You feel the heat coming off of it?
It's getting warm.
Yeah. Gonna make a good investment, I think.
Be able to heat up a can of soup really quick.
Yeah. All right. All right, time to turn my attention to the wood stove again. I'm gonna show you what I got. Oh, excuse the mess. Been living out of here and working out of here at the same time. There's the wood stove. Got the pipe that's gonna run up. So right here, you'll see two red pencil marks. They'll be about where the stove, if you run it straight through, that's where it's gonna pierce the wall, if you will. So what I'm going to do is use a racing panel, a pair of 10 snips, and we're going to cut the flanges out of that racing panel right there for both sides of the wall. That makes sense. So what I got to do now is make sure that I've got the right amount of distance for this double wall pipe to go through the wall. And I'll show you a little bit of that as I'm working. Alright, so what I'm going to do right here for the flange or the thimble for the wood stove, I'm going to make a header. I'm going to box it out much like we did with the window up here. So you'll get that above and below. And I'll show you what that looks like. All right, the battery's dying quickly on this GoPro. It's so cold out here. It just wreaks havoc on a GoPro battery. But this is all we're gonna be able to do with the stove today. I'm still waiting on another piece of pipe. I had to order through Ace Hardware. It's the double-walled pipe that's gonna go through the wall of the cabin. And we also gotta cut the flanges out of that racing car piece. And you'll see that later in this video. It will be shot on another day. It'll no longer be my birthday when you see that. But hopefully get that pipe in there and we'll be able to get that done soon. And I hope you're enjoying this video so far. All right, getting dark on me. That's been a long time in the making of this video for the wood stove. My battery's running low, so I'm gonna have to make this somewhat quick. But I'll get it charged up and we'll make a fire tonight, 'cause it's supposed to get cold again. Anyway, it's Good Friday, April 2nd, 2021. A while back, and I started this on my birthday, February 17th, by the way. So anyways, a while back, it was going to get real cold. I was tired of living out of my garage and everything like that. I wanted to stay in the cabin, and it was time to get the wood stove done. So ran the pipe. It was a beast. Had to do it by myself, but I got it figured out. Anyway, this is what it looks like, and I apologize for not showing you the how-to or how I did this. But I'll show you the after process, I guess you could say. That, I forget what they call it, like a thimble or whatever. That's the white piece of sheet metal that came off a racing panel from a race car here in Cleveland. Used to have a Cleveland Speedway, probably came off of that. But you can see that gnarly job I did on the stovepipe. It works well. There's no smoke that comes out, as I checked on it the previous time I built fires. And that elbow was really hard, along with that double pipe. The double pipe was the most trouble I've had on this thing. It was a monster. If you guys know any type of advice, feel free to share it down below. You see the little rod I got going around from the purlins top of the roof to hold that pipe in. Let me go in here and show you the inside real quick. And then I'm gonna go get some food. We'll come back in, I'll clean this place up a little bit. I want to throw some snacks on the wood stove later. That's my little, I love the brick. I love the rusted tin back there. I still got to get this secured. I'm probably gonna wait till, you know, I really start doing the walls to get that secured, you know, like it needs to be. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do that. I know I got spacers and things like that. One thing I want to tell you guys, if you saw me and my brother earlier in the video, we were firing that stove up to really burn all the paint off and the stuff from the galvanized. We failed at that day, okay? I brought it in here, I started another fire. You can see how it's no longer shiny. It's actually a very dull color. So when you're burning the paint off or any type of galvanized steel, you want to make sure it gets dull looking all the way around. Because what happened in here, oh, man, I couldn't hardly breathe when it started burning the stuff off in here. Like, it hurt my throat. Probably lost a year off my life or something like that. It sucked though. Probably up in the middle of the night. Well, maybe after a couple hours of it burning. That did not smell good. I mean, you could actually kind of taste it. It really irritated my throat quite a bit. You can see that racing panel from the inside here. It's kind of cool. Skulls and all that on the number. And there's that double wall pipe coming all the way down, and if you're not careful, this will still come out, so it's something to watch for. I don't have it secured inside there. And you kind of look how the elbow is kind of, it takes that double walled pipe down. I've tried to fix that. I have not been able to get it to rise up like it should. So if y'all have any recommendations, please let me know. I'm gonna have to take the trim off on the outside, that steel sheet, thimble, all that off probably to get it right. But I will say, it hasn't caused me any problems in here. It's actually been quite pleasant. It doesn't get real smoky or anything like that. It's worked pretty well, so I'm happy about that. So anyway, I want to charge up this camera a little bit more, charge up the battery, go get something to eat, clean this room up, and I'll get the fire going and kind of show you guys that you kind of see a little, what do you call it, ambiance or whatever. All right. See you in a few minutes. All right, well, it is time to get this wood stove going. Now, fair warning, It's still April 2nd, Good Friday. But you might see a couple of new additions running around that I haven't introduced yet. Last time I had the kids, I asked them, "What do you want to do?" They said, "Let's go adopt some cats." Now, we'd been talking about it. It wasn't a spur of the moment type thing or something we hadn't discussed before. So, one just tried to jump up on top of the stoves. No telling. So anyway, just got back. Got a pizza from the dollar store. You know, that little baking sheet. And another one to go on top of it and see if I can make a pizza with the wood stove. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this part. Get some nice music and fire going and get this pizza starting to cook. I hope this works. I'll put my pajamas on, watch a movie, and, you know, call it a good night. Glad I took time to chop up all this kiln the other day. You know, living this lifestyle, you always got to kind of look ahead, you know, make sure you're prepared for the weather that's coming. Yeah, a couple more nights like this. Got some more kiln outside. Plenty of stuff out in the garage too, where I've been cutting wood and the chop saw. The trick is, you know, to get that small kiln going, you know, and use the, well, I like, when I go to the grocery store, you know, always ask for the paper bags, because you go through a lot of these, make little paper logs, if you will. They burn hot, they burn good. Get that kiln on fire. You can start adding some of the smaller stuff. Now, I built a lot of fires, even in fireplaces where we didn't split the wood, but I understand it's important to split the wood. This is a half, but I like going even more than half, right, in these little quarters or whatever. See if I can find one here. Well, that's more like a, it's still a half, but it's a small log. Here we go. And this stuff right here is what you want to put down on the fire. It catches really well. Let me show you what we got going here. All right, here we go. Wood stove pizza. not burn myself. All right, there it is. Pizza on the wood stove. I think it turned out pretty good. Let's see how the bottom is, but hey, take it or leave it. Just like mom and dad used to make. So yeah, it's a little burn on the bottom. If I don't eat, I'm gonna go to bed hungry. All right, love you guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, please. Hit like button, ring the notification bell so you can see all the other videos I post in the future. Eat, get in bed, get ready for work tomorrow. All right, take care. Love you guys.